Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tayler Yarish Show. We are here and we are live, folks. What the fuck is going on? Kanye West popping off at the hip. This boy is out of control. He is. Is he off Twitter? Is he not off Twitter? We don't know. He's posting swastikas. The kid's having a little bit too much fun, I would say. Yeah, fucking wild, huh? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Kanye West? Probably a lot of people. Yeah, he's posting wild shit. I think he posted a swastika, and now he's all. I mean, listen. Here's the thing. I don't condone anything that the kid says, but if you view everything that he says through the lens of it's a comedy, it is kind of funny. You know, some of his tweets, obviously not the swastika one, maybe, but there are certain. You know, like what did he tweet? He tweeted the other day, like, I don't know, I think Casey Anthony was a good mom. I don't think she did it. Like, come on, man. That's kind of funny. That's a little bit funny, you know? And I wish, like, God, man, I wish he just stayed away from the Jewish people because if he didn't do that, some of his stuff, it would be funny and it would be entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, you're not allowed to just be a fucking moron anymore because people are afraid that you have influence and that you are going to, I don't know, I guess normalize hatred for Jewish people. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I mean, me personally, like, I don't see anything he posts about Jews, and that makes me think differently about them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But I guess there are people out there that are like, see, I fucking told, see, Kanye knows. Kanye knows about the Jews. Is Jews like, you know, it's like the new COVID word, where if like you say it out loud, like, and I post this up on, you know, my channel, then it gets flagged. Like if you say Jews, then it somehow gets, there's going to be like a sticker at the bottom of the video that's like, hey, just so you know, this dude's saying some stuff about Jewish people. You know? I don't fucking know, man. God, my laptop is hot as shit right now. The sun is kind of like peering in through the window, and it's just hitting my laptop, and it's just on fire. Like, isn't that crazy? A fucking, if you really think about what's happening, a star in space is heating up my laptop right now. We don't think about how fucking crazy it is that space is out there, and this, and like what the hell the sun is, you know? Like, the sun is the reason that it's not the reason that we're alive, but it's, if we didn't have it, then we wouldn't be alive. So I guess there's a lot of things that are the reason that we're still alive. Life is pretty fragile, is what I'm trying to say, you know? So don't, you know, there's bigger things, is the main point. There's bigger things to worry about than Kanye West railing off on the Jews. Honestly, if you just stay offline, you don't even know it's happening. I do wonder, like, how, you know, because the real threat is that this kind of stuff translates to real world violence against Jewish people, which nobody wants. Well, maybe some people want, but, you know, nobody wants that. I don't even think Kanye wants that. I think the guy is just frustrated with his managers, right? Or maybe not, and he actually does not like Jewish people. Whatever it is, I think it's funny how, like, when he's like losing his mind on like the runway or whatever, and he like wears a plastic bag on his head and says crazy shit, everyone's like, the guy's got mental illness. Like, he should not be out right now. He should be in a mental institution because he needs serious help, you guys. He needs to be medicated. He needs serious help, and we're exploiting a star at his lowest moment. But then the moment you're like, these fucking Jews are out of control, they're like, he means it. He means every single word. You know? Again, not sympathizing or empathizing with what he's saying. I'm just saying it is interesting. You know? And then he goes on Alex Jones, which it's like he's trying to get canceled, which I think many people have shown it's like not even a real, like you can't really get canceled. I mean, you can, but you like he can get removed from Twitter, I guess, but these people find a way. Even Alex Jones. I mean, he went way off the deep end. You can't do what he did, which was basically say that Sandy Hook was fake and that it didn't happen. And that the parents were liars and that it just wasn't real. Like that's pretty fucking bad, I get that. Fuck, I don't know, but I'm also for free speech. This is why there should be a separate platform where you could just kind of tweet out whatever you want into the oblivion, and then everybody knows that that's what that is. So if you don't want to go on the fucking Wild Wild West shit, you don't go on there. Is that bad? I mean, I guess then the whole thing just turns into racism and Nazis and all that stuff. But it's like, what are we supposed to do about Nazis? Are we supposed to kill them all? I don't know how you solve it. Are you, like, if we just shut them down, then... But then again, if you just leave them to themselves in their own little group, then I guess that's how they, like, organize and shit. I don't know. Don't look to me to be the guy to fucking solve this. I'm not the guy. I'm just a guy who likes Kanye West's music and wish he wasn't such a gosh darn knucklehead, you know what I mean? Oh, man. What a fucking wild week. Dude, there was a crazy fire right by my old apartment the other day. Literally, like, a block and a half away from where I used to live in Harlem. And that was not the first fire that was a block and a half away from that apartment. Dude, Harlem is just burning down. It's insane. There was like this huge, where was it? In Hamilton. And not even just like general Harlem, like the exact place. 140. I used to live on 143rd and Broadway. This was like right around 141st and Broadway. An electric mishap triggered 5-alarm fire. I don't know what that means. In Hamilton Heights that left 9 injured, mainly firefighters. And now it displaced more than 100 residents. Yeah, that fucking sucked, dude. Where do you go when your place burns down? I can't imagine. Like the office that you had to call and go to when we were all trying to get unemployment, or like when you lose your job and you got to go in a line. Like that was hard enough. Imagine if, like, what do you do? Are you just now homeless? I guess so. If you're renting and you don't have, I guess this is what renter's insurance is for. Your fucking place burns down. Like I get why people, if there's a fire in their building, you want to grab as much shit as possible. Everyone always, after the fact, is like, no, you just need to get out. You just need to get out as fast as you can. Well, it's like, all right, well, nobody thinks they're going to be the one to die. So you just think, oh, I'm losing all my shit. I'm going to grab as much shit as possible. What would you grab in a fire? Let me see. All right. If I'm in my room, shit's popping off. If I have, let's say I got like 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes. Is it like sad that most of the shit would be like electronic? I'm like strictly thinking monetarily, like what would I grab? I mean, I would grab, I'd grab my phone and my laptop for sure. I'd grab my wallet because nobody likes replacing a debit card. I mean, what a nightmare. Am I right? So, yeah, it's basically phone, keys, wallet, laptop. Fuck me. Yeah, phone, keys, wallet, laptop. What else? It's like, what am I grabbing? Records, pictures? Like pictures I could print out again. Not much. God, is that even more sad that when you're looking around, what would I take in a fire? Yeah, nothing really. Nothing's. What's so important that you couldn't possibly lose it in a fire? Nothing. almost, almost nothing. What are your prized, cherished possessions? Uh, don't really have any. That's not true. I have like one. No, I have like a box of shit. I have like one little box where I keep like mementos and things like that. So I'd probably take that. Although that's like that's like inside of a tote in a closet, you know? If the flames are at my back, I don't know if I'm going for it. But yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, I think everybody, it's kind of crazy. Everybody would take their phone, you know? If you had to list three things that you could take in a fire, I think everybody's taking their phone, even though you can replace a phone. We just do too much shit on our phone to where, like, I don't know. I guess maybe some people would leave it behind. Is it bad that I would take my phone in a fire? My phone and my laptop, which honestly are like they're pretty much the same thing. there's not there's not a whole lot I could do on my laptop that I can't do on my phone. And I would waste two of my three things. This is like when you see, like in the hypothetical scenario of like there's a genie and you get three wishes and the first two wishes are just like dog shit. You're like, I don't know, I'd probably wish for another pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream so I didn't have to go out to the store to get another one. That'd probably be my first wish. And then the second wish, I don't know, maybe I'll be like an inch taller or something. And then the third wish, I don't know, it'd be pretty cool if my rent was paid for the next year or something. Like you don't even ball out. What would be your three wishes? If you couldn't wish, you can't wish for you can't wish for unlimited money, and you can't wish for unlimited wishes. And this is a nice caveat I like to throw people like about when it comes to money, because everyone's gonna go money, where any money that you get, it has to be taken from somebody else, which honestly I don't think a lot of people would have a problem with, because they would just be like, oh well, I'll take Elon Musk's money. There's so many people that would, and that's so funny. Like everyone's like, dude, if I had Elon Musk's money, I would do this, 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 and this with it. I think that's horseshit. I think most people aren't going to do a goddamn thing. I think the more money you have, the more like crazy you get about keeping your money and then making more money. So I think if you gave somebody $100 billion, let's say, I know he's got like more than double that, but let's just say you gave somebody $100 billion. I don't think their first thing is going to be charitable. I think they're going to fucking do all the things in their life first. They're going to get a fucking baller house and a baller car and just hook up them. They're just going to spend. Nobody's first instinct is going to be like, I want to invest into my community. You know what I mean? Like, we're all inherently selfish. So we're just going to we're going to do shit that is going to be for us. And I'm not saying that Elon's not that guy. Like, Elon, he's probably got here's the thing with Elon, though, is he is investing in things that make the world a better place. But by doing that, he's also, he's doing that in a way where it also makes him money, which is why it pisses people off. I think his space program and Tesla, it's probably a net positive, right? But because he's not just giving away money to people, they're like, that guy's a fucking asshole. I'm like, you are so jealous. You're so insanely jealous. The same thing with Jeff Bezos, where they're like, he needs to give away all his money. It's like the guy changed the fucking world. You know what I mean? I don't know if I've talked about this, but like it annoys me. He created he changed the world with Amazon. And people are like, not enough. Doesn't deserve all the money. He should give some of it away. And they like dunk on him because, his ex-wife who got like half his fortune and then he already doubled his fortune. Like she got the money and then, just started giving it away. But she had to. She had to give it away for her own public image because she didn't fucking do anything. You know what I mean? If you create a service that literally changes the world and you get all this money and you're like, no, I did this. I'm going to reinvest it in myself and into my businesses, and I'm going to keep changing the world and making it a better place that way. Whether or not you think Amazon makes the world a better place, it's a different discussion. But like, I'm going to keep this. I earned this money. She did not earn that money. So if she doesn't give some of it away, then she just looks like a fucking even bigger asshole. She looks even more like she looks like a hypocrite. I bet she gave money away to make her ex look like a fucking douchebag. That would make the most sense. That seems like a spiteful, vengeful lady move to do, I don't know why I sometimes I see the good deeds that people do and then I just fucking doubt them. Where I'm like, I don't buy it, I don't believe you're doing that just out of the kindness of your heart. I don't believe it. I don't know why I don't believe it. I don't know why my instinct is I'm just such a pessimist asshole where I just I'm like, ugh, no. I mean, I talk about this stuff on stage sometimes where you see it with fucking corporations now. Every business has got to pretend and they got to market themselves like they give a shit about other people, and they don't. They only care about their bottom line. They only care about making money in business. And at least in New York, it's you got to separate yourself from other people and other businesses. Is all right, what are we doing differently? If you're a fucking coffee shop and everybody, every coffee shop is a good coffee shop. Otherwise, you can't survive here. How are we going to get people's money? Why would people come here to not go to another place? Oh, let's just say that we're helping out the little guy. You know what I mean? And, it's literally a joke, my act, but some of these places you go in, they're for every cup you buy, we plant a tree in Nicaragua. It's no, you fucking don't, dude. No, you don't. You just know we're all too busy and don't actually give too much of a shit to check in on it. So we just walk in your shop and you have a picture of a Guatemalan farmer or something up on the, behind the register. And we're just supposed to buy the fact that somehow the money for this latte is going to go and help feed a family. It's I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You know what I mean? Let's just think about what goes into that. They sent a photographer down to some fucking country. Who knows? It could not even be another country. They could be doing this photo shoot in the Bronx. And they take a picture of some old woman with her hands digging into some coffee beans, and they're like, this would be perfect for the fucking shop. And then they take that picture and then they put it up in their coffee shop so that they seem like they're fucking hip and they care. And then they, hire some barista who's a literal communist, and they works the front, and everybody's just kind of fucking smug in there, and they act like they're better than you, and they're not. The coffee's not good enough for you to be acting as much of an asshole as you are, and they just pretend like they're just they're giving them a kickback. And I'm like, I don't fucking buy it, man. It's too nice in here. Have you ever seen an actual charitable organization? The infrastructure of a place, of a charity? Do you know anybody that's crushing it at a charity? Working at an actual nonprofit that actually helps people? I mean, think about that. Actual nonprofits are not able, like, they don't even have the overhead to do that much good. You know what I mean? So, like, what is your fucking 2-cent kickback on every 19th drink really doing for these people? When, like, charitable organizations their whole thing is they rely on, donate almost all the money that they get, aside from the administrative overhead, which is already too much. Like, how much is really going to the thing? Probably not a lot. And so you're going to, I don't feel like I'm in the wrong here for kind of calling bullshit. Like, it's not like you're a terrible person if you go and shop at, or if you buy shit from like Starbucks, because you're paying for a convenience. And yeah, who gives a shit if it's a chain? It wasn't at some point. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm kind of going off on a rant here. I understand, but it just makes me upset. So anyway, yeah. What was I saying? 3 wishes. Oh yeah. So one of them, I don't know. How much money do you think, like, how much money do you think you'd need to be, like, because, I mean, if you're going to wish for money, you want to wish for enough where you can just, it's the ultimate just fuck you money. And in today's world, that is in the billions. You got to be in the billions to just be like, dude, fuck off. I can do whatever I want. My family can do whatever they want, and my family's like, you're trying to hook up, kickstart generational wealth while also be able to help people out. But I think I would want to be, if I'm going to help people out, or if I'm going to start something, I don't think I would just give money away. I wouldn't just give money to charities. I don't think I would do that. I think I would also try to do like a Elon, or I'd buy something that would kickstart something. You know what I mean? I'd give back in not a literal way. But that's what these fucking people want. They want you to, like, if you're a gazillionaire, they want you to just walk the streets and just start handing out hundreds to people on the street. And there are people that do that. There's a fucking rapper that I follow on Instagram, and like he'll go into like these poor neighborhoods and countries and stuff, and like he will film himself just giving away whatever. It's like $50,000 to this like family that, they don't even have chairs, and their floor's made of dirt and shit. And it is very nice. But there's a part of me that's like, why are you filming this? You know what I mean? Like, you're doing this so that people are like, wow, that guy's a good person. When, 5 months ago, he went to jail for like ratting on his gang members or something like that. That's a real, Tekashi 6ix9ine is who I'm talking about. That's a real thing. I'm not just like being stereotypically, negative towards rappers and saying they're all in gangs. That's not what I'm saying. This dude was, I'm pretty sure, in a gang. I don't know if he shot anybody, but he snitched on some people who did. And there's a lot of people that are out there for him. But yeah, and it's a good it is a good thing. It's a net positive because the family now gets the 50 grand, but it's just like, ugh, you're being gross, And it just, I don't know. That is fine, but like, if you're doing it in any kind of way where it services you, I actually don't, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't actually know what my opinion on this is, because I do think it's gross because it's not gross. He just filmed it and he put it online. I would probably do the same thing. If I gave somebody $50,000, I'd probably put it online. I'd probably make some kind of video out of it. Everything's content nowadays. And yeah, you would want to feel, it's like he's giving away $50,000. He's not allowed to feel a little bit good about doing that. He's not allowed to get the social love. You know what? I flip my opinion on this. I think it's okay. I think it's okay if you give away money, but you only do it when you film it. Like, if that's the fucking worst thing that comes out of it, then okay. At least the family got the money. And you're going to criticize him, and how much are you giving? Nothing. You know what? Opinion flipped. And that's the real lesson here, folks, is that you got to be able to switch your opinion on stuff. I switched that in the moment. Open-minded, folks. You got to be open-minded. Oh, fuck. So yeah, I'd probably wish for like a, it's so crazy, like, to be like, you got to be a billionaire to make, to really make shit happen. But it is weird that I'm like, well, I don't want to just have 1 billion, because then the moment you spend anything, you're a millionaire. Well, I guess no. If you invest it, it'll start to grow. You're not just gonna end with $1 billion as long as you're smart with your money. I guess $1 billion would be fine. I really don't think I would need. Like, I don't think I would want. I don't think I'd want a gigantic ass house. You know what I mean? I'm fucking solo chilling right now. Like, why do I need 19 bedrooms? I don't. I think I would rather have small places in a bunch of different areas. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'd have a kick-ass apartment in New York. Wouldn't need to be like a super high-rise type thing. I probably wouldn't even want a high-rise. I think I'd rather have like one of these places in Brooklyn that's just like, they convert like a whole building into an apartment, and it has like a couple floors and a backyard. I basically just want like a single family home, but in New York. Isn't that crazy that's like, that means you're like outrageously rich if you can basically just have a single family home, but you're in like a nice part of Brooklyn or something like that. Like, you're balling out of control. Where anywhere else in the country, you're just like a middle-class family. But that's what I would probably get. I'd probably get that. I'd buy my mom a house wherever the hell she would want to live. I don't know where she would want to live. I remember like years ago, I think this was like when I was a kid, she said she wanted to live in like Arizona or some shit. And now that I think about that, that is absolutely hysterical. My mother would hate living in Arizona. I think she would be miserable. It's way too fucking hot. There's not a like, I don't even know what you would, do there. I don't think she would like that, I can honestly just, she lives in Maryland right now, but I could see her living somewhere, if it was in like a nice part of New Jersey, in like a nice neighborhood in a baller house, she'd be closer to family. You know what? That's where I'm buying your house, Ma. You don't get a say in it. So Arizona's out. I'm not coming to fucking Arizona to see you. Forget about it. If I'm living in New York, you're living in Jersey. And them's the rules. All right? We're fucking staying East Coast. This Southwest bullshit. So, yeah. Probably buy a thing in New York. House for my mom in Jersey. And I probably, hook my siblings up with something nice. And then, I'd probably have a place in Los Angeles. And I guess that, I was going to say then a place by the beach, but Los Angeles, I could probably have something by the beach. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I don't even know if I would want to buy a place. I guess maybe if I bought a bunch of places and then like Airbnb. But like, if you're a fucking billionaire, you're not wasting your time making Airbnb money. Are you going to make like a fucking $1,000 over a weekend? Like that's pennies. You know what I mean? You want to start like businesses and shit. You want to start some shit that just like really churns out money. Honestly, I think I would if I traveled, I think I would still do Airbnb as a billionaire. You get to stay in different people's place. You could do like the really fucking nice ones. So you could basically stay in a baller house without having to own the baller house. You know what I mean? And like, that's not as good of an investment as owning is maybe, but I'm a fucking billionaire. It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Who gives a shit about making I don't need to make more money. I don't need for it to be a good investment. I'm a billionaire. Who gives a shit? You know? Dude, I'm so good with money. No, my biggest fear is that it would be I would just keep blowing money. I think I could spend $1 billion on Amazon purchases. I really think I do. I think if I bought all my food, all household, if you bought every single thing off of Amazon, how quickly do you think that you'd run out of money as a billionaire? I guess it's just how quickly you could buy $1 billion. I don't know, man. If you buy like a lot of electronic shit, I guess your money really starts going with houses and cars and shit. And I'd definitely buy a car. Oh my God. Honestly, the first thing I buy would probably be a car and a parking space in New York. Dude, I had that for a couple months. I had the car already, but I was paying for a parking spot. Way too much money to pay for a parking spot. But like the fucking joy of taking a car out in New York, driving around, and then being able to pull back into a spot at the end of the night. I mean, you feel like a billionaire. It's such a strange thing to try to communicate to somebody who doesn't live in New York and doesn't know what that feels like. To like, you don't even appreciate, if you don't live in New York, you don't even appreciate what a parking spot is. To be able to just pull in and get out of your car and walk into your home. I mean, it's one of the simple pleasures. You know, like space is such a scarce thing. So to just have one locked and loaded at all times, it's fucking brilliant. But anywho, God, man, this thing flew by, huh? We're already at, what are we, fucking 31, 32 minutes? Jesus. What do I got going on? Is it next week? What time is it? Fucking, it's the 4th. On the 12th, I go to Nashville. So if you live in Nashville, you should come say hi. I'm gonna try to do some comedy out there. Then I'm going to Chattanooga for a few shows right after that, and then I'm home for the fucking holidays, everybody. But I also still have some shows left in New York before I do that. So if you want to come to that, hit me up. Come to a show. Say hello. But yeah, other than that, you know the deal. Like, share, subscribe, do all the thing. Tell a friend to follow me on the gram. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.